Hello everyone, welcome back to Ted's Fish Room. It is time for a breeding project update and to check out a new species. Before I get into a new species that I am currently working with, here is an update on the lower carrot catfish Panaculus albivermis that we started the first breeding project with. They are doing very well, and they have settled in and are very active. They eat a ton of food and they make a pretty big mess. I do not like to let the detritus build up in the aquarium, so I use a siphon every few days to remove what I can see. And I take out a lot of dirt. I also knock out the filter once a week. Even more dirt. This black water in this bucket is pretty typical of what I get out of this aquarium once a week. Right below the plecos on the rack is a group of cichlids from Cameroon, Benitochromis nigrodorsalis from the Malawi region. I am fortunate to have collected this species during my trip to Cameroon in 2009, but I did not bring any back with me because they were all too large, and it's a species that is commonly available from specialty fish suppliers here in the U.S. The genus Benitochromis used to be part of the genus Chromidotilapia, and the two genera are very similar. Benitochromis are generally medium-sized cichlids found in the small rivers and streams of western Cameroon. Their reproduction is interesting in that they are pair-bonding biparental mouthbrooders, which means that both parents will share in the task of incubating the eggs. Hopefully, we will have a chance to see this reproductive strategy in action. Here are some pictures of the habitat in Malawi, Cameroon back from 2009. This is where we found Benitochromis nigrodorsalis. This is probably the most collected region of Cameroon, and there are several species in the hobby that come from here. One of the most commonly bred West African cichlids in the hobby, Pebiochromis crebensis from Malawi, is found in the same streams as the black-dorsal Benitochromis. We found them both in the same section of the stream that we were collecting in. The Malawi region of Cameroon is under heavy palm oil cultivation. 20 years ago, this area was heavily forested, but now all you can see are row upon row of palm oil trees. This has changed the stream significantly. More sun hits the water, so plants and algae are thicker. Water temperature is probably warmer too. The palm oil plantations also mean more people and their livestock are using the stream. I don't know how much of an impact there has been on the fish fauna in the Malawi region, but palm oil in general usually has a negative effect. Right now there are still fish to be collected, but who knows what the future will hold. The aquarium for this project is a 30-gallon breeder that is filtered with a Perret foam matin wall filter. The dual lift tubes supply a steady, gentle current in the water which the cichlids like. I have set the decor up to mimic the natural habitat with a sand substrate, wood for cover, some Anumia species plants, and leaf litter. The water parameters in the wild are very soft, but with a neutral pH. Every breeding account that I have found on this species describes them as being perfectly happy in harder water conditions, up to pH 8.0 and even as high as 600 or 700 parts per million of TDS. My tap water falls well under those parameters, so I am not planning to use any kind of special water conditions. If the fish do not try to spawn or have a hard time hatching eggs, I may soften the tank with some reverse osmosis water. Without dropping the hardness in the tank, the leaves and wood are not going to lower the pH very much at all. Water temperature in Cameroon is also relatively cool, rarely above 75 degrees Fahrenheit, and without a heater in this aquarium, it will stay in the low 70s. The dither fish for this aquarium will be a school of yellowtail Congo tetras, Hemogramma patercius caudalis. This is not a biotope species from the same rivers as the Benitochromis, but I like the look of this tetra. Male black-dorsal Benitochromis are easy to identify. They are typically larger than females and have more elongated fins and a more completely black dorsal fin. 4 cichlids are going into the aquarium, 2 males and 2 females. These fish have been in quarantine for close to 8 weeks with no problems. This species is very hardy, and and any problems that do occur are usually the result of aggression. So I will watch these 4 carefully until I know which 2 are the dominant pair, and then I will move the other 2 out for their own safety. Feeding these cichlids is easy. They are omnivorous and like to chew on detritus in the substrate, looking for small invertebrates, eggs, and even decaying plant matter. I feed my gel food formula, Ted's Most Excellent, as a staple diet, and give them additional food items once or twice a week. Any flake, small pellet, or gel food will be readily accepted. Since I am planning to use my tap water, the automated water changer will be turned on, which will give the aquarium a small 20 to 30% water change 3 times each week. Once every couple of weeks or so, I will use a gravel vacuum to stir up the substrate, remove accumulated detritus, and give the fish a larger water change. When these cichlids do breed, I will be back with an update on the Benitochromis nigrodorsalis breeding project. A great resource for more information about this or any other Benitochromis species is Dr. Anton Lamboy's book, The Cichlid Fishes of West Africa. This book was published in 2004, but they are still available by searching online. If you are keeping or have kept Benitochromis nigrodorsalis and would like to share your experiences, please do so in the comment section below this video or in a comment on my blog site, where you will find the entire transcript for this video. Reading the details may be easier than trying to find a moment in the video. Thank you for watching Ted's Fish Room.